Alright, what up guys? So we just picked up this 2023 YZ250X two-stroke beauty last night, and we're like, we got to go ride it before it snows. So I normally ride a KTM 300XC TPI. Kyle's got the TBI, so we're gonna do a lot of comparisons of this bike against the 300s, because I think that's kind of the main competitor, is 250X versus 300s. Chase has it's basically an X. It's a 06.
Yeah.
Kind of turned into an X. It's got a flywheel weight, Electron, smaller tire, 18-inch.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just gonna be a first ride video on this beautiful.
Technically, this is a competitor too, because it's the FX.
Yeah, that kind of is too, because that's the FX, so it's more trail oriented. Like, so this is the X 2-stroke. That's the X 4-stroke. And I also owned the 250FX for a year, so there's gonna be a lot of comparisons I can do with this bike to kind of tell if you're looking for this bike versus a handful of other bikes on which one you want to get for like single track or desert riding. Then yeah, hit subscribe and I'll try to make a bunch of videos for you so I can give you some knowledge. Also, I just got over COVID, so if I sound like I'm dying, that's why. But yeah, first ride video 2023 250X, back to a kickstart. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun to kick a bike again. Neutral. So I've been riding this for about 5 minutes. First impression, right off the bat, what do I feel? Woo! Right when you get on the bike, it's like, I had to look down to make sure it was the 250 I bought, not the 125, because this bike is absolutely, it feels 15 pounds lighter than my KTM 300. And my 300, I thought it felt like a mountain bike. So it's awesome. If you're looking for a light bike that you can chuck anywhere on the trail, this could be for you. Oh, the pegs feel a little small. I'll have to kind of look at them and see if they're smaller than my KTM. I was just noticing, whoop, kind of feel a little small under my foot. But second thing, so first, right off the back, holy crap, this sucker's light and nimble. This is the 23, so it's the newest ergonomics, the newest plastics, super thin. They finally got a black tank covered up with the plastics, not those ugly blue tanks they used to have. Woo! Haven't been riding for a few weeks. I got a little bit of arm pump. Woo! I forgot what I was talking about, guys. Whoa! Hit the brake. Front suspension so far feels killer. I'm gonna have to adjust the rear because I keep getting kicked in the butt. But the front, oh, it's just soft, smooth like butter. Hit some whoops, just absorbs. So, power wise, when I rode it around my street, I was like, it's a little dull. I thought it was, but now that I get it out on the trail, she's got a little bit of fire breathing dragon beneath her. She definitely rips. Like, you gotta focus because it pulls. This sucker pulls good. Whew. But like I said, I've been on it 5-10 minutes now, so this is the first impression. I love how it feels, the cockpit though. Kind of one thing I don't like about KTM is the cockpit. I don't feel, it doesn't feel very racy, a KTM. So like when I push myself, I don't know, I just don't like the stance. Woo! Oh, guys, try riding right after COVID. Holy, really takes it out of you. But yeah, it pulls good, real good. We're gonna switch at the top here, and then I'll get both of these guys kind of first impressions as we stop. Oh yeah, hopefully my COVID didn't turn into pneumonia.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The dirt's way loose.
the dirt is loose.
Feels good, man.
Did you see me hit my brake back there? Almost went over.
Yeah.
I almost went over the handlebars. I'm just not quite used to the foot position yet, so I accidentally stepped down onto it. Chucked me forward, but yeah, so far she screams. It pulls real. It definitely feels like it pulls harder than the KTM. The KTM feels a little more chilled out.
What was that compared to the TBI?
The TBI, I'll do another video where we ride them back to back. The TBI has more of that thumpy hit off the throttle, but this has a pull that's kind of different than all the other.
Like if you were to look at it, like this is like the KTM where it goes, wah, wah. This is more, wah, you know.
Yeah, like
longer,
once I get into the RPMs, it feels like, oh, I gotta hang on to this.
it starts shaking. And it,
Whereas,
you know, in GTA, where you start going really fast and the camera starts shaking. That's what I get from that.
yeah.
Whoa!
But like the TBI feels a little more four-strokey, where when you thump the throttle and it stands straight up. This doesn't have that thump. That's kind of why I thought it was a little dull when I rode around the block. But yeah, out here in the trail, I'm like, oh, getting to the RPMs and it pulls. But oh yeah, I got a little arm pump, so hopefully that fades. Yep. So I'm not used to freaking kickstart, so let's do a little bump start on this hill. Back to mixing gas. Well, the TBI you have to mix too, but is an electric start a deal breaker? Gosh, it kind of sucks for short. I'm really short, so when I crash on a hill, I'll let you know. But it's not, it starts real easy. Woo! Oh yeah, that front suspension. Okay, I already know the front suspension is way better than my TPI air forks. Even the TBI, the newest. So not the, I'll have to put more time on it compared to the, woo! The new spring, wait a sec. The new spring fork that KTM has. I went to a demo day and tried it out. Holy, it's good. But this feels, this has gotta be just as good. It like, woo! Those whoop-de-doos back there, I didn't even feel them, when usually I'm like bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah guys, just, oh, there's a hill up here, so I'll keep going until I hit this. It's a steep, loose hill. Woo! She pulls, man. Yeah, I gotta get used to that throttle. I've ridden the TPI. I've ridden a lot of bikes lately, but the TPI is the one I have the most hours on, and it's tame. Kyle might get stuck. Give him a sec. First gear, neutral. So I'm gonna see how this sucker lugs. 300 lugs like nobody's business. Everyone told me this bike is really good too. I'm in second. Basically no clutch. I'm barely using it. This sucker's climbing like a beast. Oh yeah, listen to that lug. Listen to that. I'm like, I don't even need the clutch, look at that. This is a lot steeper too than it looks. Woo! She lugs, guys. Honestly, that's just as good as the 300 going up hills. We'll find a big hill soon, and I'll do a straight hill climb on this. But Logan right there, she shines. Okay, I'm gonna hop off this for a minute. I'll come back in a few minutes. I'm hopping on the 450. Kyle will ride this. I'll let Kyle and Chase ride it, and then we'll come back and I'll get their opinions. So versus the older 250, we'll see, does he think it's worth it to, by the way, I got it for $57.99. That's kind of why I got it. That's the craziest deal I've ever seen on a new bike. But yeah, we'll see. Does Chase think you should upgrade to the new?
Yeah, this is a 250 from 2006 that's been upgraded with all the same parts, and built with the suspension the same way. It's trying to emulate a 250. I don't know how much he put into it to be able to get it like that. I bought this for $2,000, but
$2,000 versus $7,000 after taxes.
Like this for like $1,500, $2,000, and then be able to convert it into that. It might be around the same price range anyway, so it might be better if you can find a deal like this to freaking go with that.
And gosh, guys, there's nothing like loading up a new bike. So if you can save your pennies,
just look
it is fun.
Between this thing and that thing.
Move your leg. Look at that, shiny blue. The plastics are way better. Don't have that ugly gas tank.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry too much though, because like.
What do you think?
That's awesome. That's the best old style two-stroke I've ever rode up hills. Like that hill, I intentionally took all of the hardest spots like up the faces of the rock and just went right up it.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar to it, but like...
You don't have to worry about the clutch much either.
No. Chase, the thing with your bike I don't like is the seat.
Chase's seat feels like you put lube on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you should try my freaking pegs, dude.
Dude, it feels like a Harry Potter broomstick. It's like, oh, you guys got arm pump?
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Actual first impression.
All right, Chase's first impression of the 2023 YZ250X.
I knew I was gonna do that, but
I did it. I knew you were going to, and I had to steal the thunder.
So I'm gonna be honest. This bike feels like it was made for me. Everything I love about both my YZs. So this one is a little bit more like the 250X. It's got, you know, the balance. It's really good on single track and stuff like this. And my other bike, which is a little bit more wide open, a little bit more full throttle. This feels like it has best of both worlds. Plus, the leaning, the turning. It feels like, dude, the seat, the ergonomics are so much smaller, so much slimmer, and it seems so much lower.
So much more.
It feels like that feels like there's a tank between my legs. This feels like I'm on like a little freaking
broomstick. I tell you.
No, like a mountain bike.
Yeah, way more mountain bikey.
Way easier to maneuver. Way easier on your arms. I was freaking shredding it up, and I was just like going, and I was just like.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I had COVID or riding his bike, but my arms are wrecked.
Yeah, that one's a little bit tougher to ride. It's a little bit harder on you. But I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be heading up to the dealership to see if they have any luck.
Call them. Call every young motorsports.
Because I think it'd be cool to get one of those. Part of the reason is my dad really likes that bike. So if I get this one, he'll probably take over that one and go ride. Cool.
So, the bike that was built for Chase, 2023 YZ250X. Well, there you have it. If you like YZs of old, you're probably going to love the new one. So, try one out if you can. Try to find a good deal.
I kind of want to compare it to the regular YZ250.
Yeah. I want to compare it to the 300 really bad, like back to back. Kyle's TBI. Yeah. Sweet. All right, guys, hit subscribe. Peace.